In 1930, a man named William Beebe, a pioneering marine biologist and one of the first humans to ever descend into the deep, recorded his experience in a way that still haunts researchers today. He wrote, "Nowhere have I felt so completely isolated as in the blackness of the ocean's depths."
It's a chilling thought. We often look to the stars with a sense of wonder, but we forget that there is a literal alien world right beneath our feet. As marine biologist James Gardner famously put it, we know the surface of the moon better than the seafloor.
That reality leaves us with one massive, echoing question. Why? Think about it. The ocean is physically closer to us than the moon, or the stars, or the red deserts of Mars where we've been landing rovers for decades. Yet it seems easier for us to explore a planet millions of miles away than it is to reach the bottom of our own trenches.
Is it just a matter of technology, or is there something else? Today, we're looking for the answer. We're diving into the theories of what truly lives in that crushing darkness and why the pressure beneath the waves is more intense than anywhere else on Earth.
But we aren't just looking at biology. We're looking for the Sunken Ages. Ancient cultures across the globe tell stories of a great flood, a moment in history where the world was washed away. Could the abyss be the final resting place for the cities of the antediluvian world?
We'll explore the creatures who have claimed this crushing silence as their home, beings that find the darkness soothing and the weight of the world effortless, and we'll ask why the ocean holds more treasure than the entire world combined, yet remains a vault that man simply cannot unlock.
Finally, we look at the omens. What is the role of the abyss in the world to come? Is it a barrier, a prison, or a warning?
This is Ages and Omens.
Join us as we deep dive into the depths of the abyss. It sounds like the plot of a gothic horror novel. The idea that gargantuan ancient creatures are pacing the floor of the abyss, hidden by miles of black water. For decades, modern science dismissed these stories as nothing more than sailors' tall tales. That is, until 1997. In the deep reaches of the South Pacific, a series of underwater microphones picked up a sound that defied explanation. Scientists called it the Bloop. It was a low-frequency, earth-shaking roar, so loud it was detected by sensors thousands of kilometers apart.
At first, the experts were baffled. It didn't match the signature of a submarine, a volcanic eruption, or any known whale. For a long time, the leading speculation was terrifyingly simple. The sound was organic. It came from something alive, something of a magnitude we have never officially recorded. This is where the line between marine biology and ancient omen begins to blur. If the bloop was a call, who was it calling to? The mind immediately drifts to the Kraken of Norse mythology, a beast so massive its back was often mistaken for a chain of islands. Legend says it sleeps in the deepest trenches, waiting for the end of days to rise and reclaim the surface.
But the Kraken isn't the only shadow in the water. We have to look further back to the texts of the ancient world. In the book of Job, we are introduced to the Leviathan, a creature described as having scales like rows of shields and breath like burning coals.
Ancient Hebrew tradition suggests that God created two of these great monsters, one male and one female, but they were so powerful, so capable of devastating the world that their lineage had to be quelled. The female was subdued, but the male was left to play in the deep.
Science tells us that life in the abyss evolves differently. In total darkness and extreme pressure, creatures grow to gigantism to survive. Is it possible that what we call myth is simply a biological reality we aren't equipped to see?
If 90% of the ocean is unmapped, we aren't just missing the terrain, we're missing the inhabitants. Whether it's a displaced Kraken or a slumbering Leviathan, the abyss isn't empty, it's occupied.
If 90% of the ocean floor remains unmapped and unseen, we have to ask ourselves, what else have we missed? We aren't just talking about missing species or strange geology. We're talking about history itself.
Across almost every ancient culture, from the Sumerians to the Maya, there is a shared memory of a great flood, a catastrophic event that reset human civilization and washed the old world into the depths. In our recent look at the Mark of Cain, we discussed a warning left for the future. Could that warning be physically buried beneath miles of water?
We call these the Sunken Ages, the possibility that advanced antediluvian civilizations didn't just vanish, they were preserved. The crushing pressure of the abyss acts as a natural seal, keeping the technology and artifacts of a forgotten era far out of reach from modern hands. Think about the treasures often rumored to be at the bottom of the sea. It isn't just Spanish gold or pirate silver. We're talking about the pre-flood treasures, knowledge, architecture, and perhaps even remnants of the Nephilim world that the scriptures say was destroyed by water.
Some theorists suggest that these civilizations didn't just sink and die. In the deep trenches where geothermal vents provide heat and energy, life persists without the sun. Is it possible that the survivors of the ancient world adapted to the abyss, building a world in the one place they knew we could never follow?
This would explain why the ocean holds more wealth than the entire surface world combined. It's a treasury of a lost cycle of time. These aren't just ruins, they are omens of what happens when a civilization reaches its limit and the Earth decides to start over.
We spend billions trying to find life on other planets, but we might be standing right on top of a neighbor we've forgotten, a neighbor that has been watching us from the darkness for thousands of years.
We've spoken of monsters and lost cities, but the greatest mystery of the abyss might be its purpose. Why is it that the ocean holds more treasure than the entire world combined, yet remains a vault that humanity simply cannot unlock?
Experts estimate that there is enough gold alone on the seafloor to give every person on Earth 9 pounds of it. But it's unretrievable. It's as if the abyss is a designated boundary, a limit set on human greed and reach. In the ancient texts, the deep is often portrayed as a place of confinement, a prison for things that were never meant to walk the earth again.
This brings us to the omens. If the 90% remains hidden, it's because it serves as a veil. As our technology finally begins to peer into the trenches, we have to ask, are we ready for what is looking back?
Many believe the ocean plays a central role in the world to come. It was the instrument of the first great cleansing, and according to some prophecies, it will be the source of the next great shaking. The crushing pressure isn't just physical, it's a spiritual barrier, keeping the secrets of the antediluvian world sealed until the appointed time.
Every piece of ancient technology we might find, every strange acoustic anomaly we record, is a reminder that we are guests on a planet that still has teeth. The abyss is the Earth's memory, a dark, silent witness to the rise and fall of ages we have long forgotten.
As we continue to push the boundaries of the deep, we must remember that some things are hidden for a reason, and the 90% we cannot reach, that might be the only thing keeping the balance of our world intact.
The ocean is calling, but are we prepared for the answer?
This has been Ages and Omens.
Thank you for diving into the abyss with us. We'll see you in the next age.